Okay, now let's start with our worksheets. Yeah, Ziying wants to see friends, right? Okay, I looked at the submission of your answers, and it seems like many of you can do the MCQ questions, and I'm happy to see that. Okay, so I will just be selecting the questions that you are not really coping well with, and I will explain in detail. The rest I will go through quickly, and then we can play a game of maybe Blooket or Kahoot. Which one do you prefer? Let me know in the chat. Kahoot. Okay, I will go by the vote, okay? So if there are more of you choosing Kahoot, then we'll play Kahoot. If you prefer to play Blooket, then we will play Blooket. Okay, so I will see your responses. All right, so if you are not familiar, let me just type it down. Okay, either Blooket or Kahoot. All right. So meanwhile, let me look at your answers and I will go through the questions. Yeah, I see some of you choosing. Yeah, most of you are choosing that. I will announce later. Okay. Now, 4 statements about organism Z are shown here. Which of the following statements shows that organism Z is not a plant? Okay. It's not a plant. Now, which is your answer? Okay, which is your answer? It grows on land. It's not one of your. Give me 1 minute. Okay. Your answers are here. All right. Now, I want to ask you about this second statement actually. Okay, it reproduces by spores. Can you tell me something about that? Reproduces by spores. Hanson, you can stop already, Hanson. You don't have to keep typing. All right. Now, can you tell me something about reproduces by spores? Do you know of any plant that reproduces by spores? Anybody? Type it in. Hanson, don't type in anymore, okay? I can see. Yeah, and I'll just count. No matter how many times you type in, I count it as 1, okay? Yeah, very good. So you know that actually ferns, all right, ferns reproduces by spores. I'm going to stop this slideshow. Okay, give me a minute because this is not working today. I don't know why, but this is what I'm going to do. Okay, I can't be writing here, so maybe I can do this. Now, if I show you this particular screen, will you be able to see? Are you able to see clearly? I can't do the slideshow. Hey, you are seeing the other screen. Today, something is wrong with my computer again. That's weird. Are you seeing my PowerPoint? Yes or no? Good. So I don't do slideshow. Okay, I don't do slideshow. I hope you can see this. All right, so I have to do this. Okay. Okay, 4 statements here. All right, the answer over here, okay. Hey, I think I showed the wrong worksheets, you know. Are y'all seeing the correct worksheet as me? How come this is showing a opposite one? The wrong one, I mean. Okay, are you seeing my P5 worksheet now? You keep jumping to the P6 just now. I don't know why. Okay, but are you seeing the P5 worksheet now? Oh dear. Okay, good. So let's stick to this one. Okay, so your question should be this. The characteristics of 4 different groups of animals are shown in the flow chart. Okay, so this particular question, I think is pretty easy. You need to select the correct questions, okay, for E as well as F. So when you look at the first question here, okay, it says, does it have scales? So if it's a yes, then you need to have another question to determine that it is a fish, right? So what would you actually be asking? Okay, so I think all of you know how to select the questions correctly. So fish, you know there's something very special about them, and then that's very different from the reptile. Okay, so does it have gills? That is your question here. And if, let's say, the animals, okay, do not have scales, and we go down to F, this particular question will differentiate the birds and the mammals. So, yep. Does it have feathers? If it gives you a yes, it's the birds. Okay. Now, this will lead me to the question in section, open-ended section later. Okay, I have this particular very big concern there. Okay, I will share with you later. Okay. Now, so if you have this, good for you. Only one person got this wrong. Okay. Now, look at this particular person. This person chose this question instead. Okay, talking about mammals and then birds. So the question is, can it fly? Why is this wrong? Why do you think this is wrong? Let me see if you can tell me the answer. Okay, I think many of you would be able to do that. Okay. Many of you will be able to do that. Very good, Irene. Okay, yeah, you got the right answer, Irene. Yeah, so more of you are keying in. Why is it that this is wrong? Because not all birds fly. Okay, not all birds fly. Examples, we have penguins. Very good. Yeah, and then, Aditya said something. Some mammals can fly, you know. Do you know which mammal flies? Yeah, correct. The bats. Well done. So this question cannot be, can it fly? Okay, this is the wrong question to ask. Okay, but the very distinct one will be the outer covering. So we talk about the feathers. What do you think mammals will have? Instead of feathers, mammals have? I have students who don't know how to answer this. Very good. Okay, you can have hair. Yeah. Okay, yes, very good. Let's go on to the next one, hair. Be careful with the spelling. Now, 3 identical pieces of cloth X, Y, and Z are soaked with the same amount of water and hung on the string. Okay, what is the correct order of the time taken for the cloth to dry, starting from the fastest? Starting from the fastest. Okay, so you need to identify something. That will be the factors affecting the rate of evaporation. The factors that affect how fast or how slow evaporation takes place. Okay, so now you look at X, Y, and Z. Tell me something between X and Z. What is the difference between them? What is the difference between them? Okay, they are at the same temperature, but what's the difference? I need specific words. These words are important for your exam also. What are the words there that are important? Right? Yeah. Okay, Hanson. Yeah, I know that you know that. The difference there, the difference is in the exposed surface area. So, Aditya, you mentioned larger exposed surface area, but you did not tell me which one. So you need to be quite specific with that. Which one has got a larger exposed surface area? Okay, correct. Correct not, because I asked you about X and Z. So some of you are saying that, okay, the difference is the exposed surface area. Wait, let's say Z has greater or more exposed surface. Okay, and then Aditya say larger exposed surface area. If you can say that, okay, one of them has the larger exposed surface area, which is Z, that will be wonderful. Okay, exposed surface area. The bigger it is, the easier or faster it is for the water to evaporate. Okay, this is a very common question in PSLE, also in P5 exam, because you learn about evaporation. You learned heat last year, you learn about water this year, so you can actually mix the two topics together to set questions for you to answer. So you need to know, okay, at the same temperature for X and Z, okay, X has a smaller exposed surface area, but Z has a greater or larger exposed surface area. Therefore, okay, having the higher temperature and the large surface area, we can say that Z will actually evaporate the fastest, right? Good. So how do you determine which one will be slower? Now, if you were to consider, okay, if you were to consider these two now, X and Y, they have exactly the same amount of exposed surface area, but the temperature is different. How do you answer questions like that? You need to be very specific. Even though this is just the MCQ, if this comes out for open-ended question, are you able to explain clearly? Every time I look at MCQ, I will tweak it and change it to open-ended, right? So if you are supposed to be answering, okay, if they ask you first, identify which will be the fastest to dry, which will be the slowest, or they say state the correct order for the time taken for the cloth to dry, starting from the fastest. Part B, they say explain your answer in part A. Are you able to do it? You must be able to pick out the two at the highest temperature. Why did you decide that one of them is actually going to evaporate fastest? Okay, or dry fastest, you need to explain clearly. Now, so for X and Y, different temperature, okay, same exposed surface area. Of course, the lower one will take a longer time. That's why answer is D. Okay, in fact, you have no problem with this. Why am I asking you or spending time on this question? Is because this can be asked in open-ended, and the exposed surface area is the thing that causes students to lose marks because you are not able to talk about exposed surface area, larger or smaller, okay, and then comparing with something else. Comparison question always come up, and you need to know how to answer that. Okay, so words like greater exposed surface area than another. So faster rate of evaporation. Okay. Question 3, the diagram below shows two glasses A and B stacked tightly together. So which one of the following methods can be used to separate the two glasses easily without breaking them? Okay, what topic is this on? Quickly tell me. If you know, quickly type into the chat. Let me know the topic. Or you can also talk about the concept that's tested here. What's the concept tested here? Some of you are already getting it. You are already typing in. What is the concept? Okay, this is about heat gain, heat loss. Good. Yeah, heat gain, heat loss, right? But what is the very specific thing about it? Yes. When the temperature is higher, things expand. Very good. So yes, Yati is about expansion and contraction. Yeah. Okay. It's not compression, it's contraction and expansion. But good try. Okay, so we are trying to separate these two glasses. I have faced conditions like this before when I was young, but I didn't know what to do. Okay, after I have learned science, after I went to primary school and my teacher taught me this, I tried at home. Yes, it works. Okay, so you need to make sure that these particular glass contracts. When these contracts and then the one which is on the outside.